sorry. Anyways. Hello, everyone. This is Fafa Beret back with another episode of the Book Revisit series. Okay. Sorry about the interruption. Anyways, I hope everyone's having a great Batman month. Speaking of the Book Revisit series, I'm going to read Batman and Robin in the case of the Laughing Spinx. Story by Andrew Heffler. Illustrated by Ross Andrew, Jim Arparo, Joe Orlando, and Tana Jenna Wood. Based on the Batman comics mix written and illustrated by Bob Kane and Bill Finger. The full moon hung silently in the late night sky as a cool breeze swept through the grounds of the Gotham City Circus. The last show was over, and all the animals of the circus were asleep. Even the animals rested peacefully. It had been a hard day for both man and beast, and all needed a good night's rest. But inside one tent, a light still glowed brightly. Its occupant would not sleep. All he could do was sit and think and stare at the newspaper headlines. See, on the headline, it reads, "Circus Accident." Something happened at the circus. Excuse me. Inside the tent, and a young Dick Grayson, a member of the acrobatic family called the Flying Graysons, knew his circus career was at an end. Earlier that day, there had been a mysterious accident. In the middle of their act, Dick's parents had fallen from the trapeze, and suddenly, Dick was an orphan. Now he needed time to think about what he should do. At first, Dick did not hear the strange sounds coming from outside his tent. But when the lions began roaring angrily, he was startled. He turned to listen. There was a hissing noise like the sound of air being let out of a balloon. Then the other animals began howling and growling. Cautiously, Dick stood up and appeared through the flap of his tent. There were 4 men wearing gas masks. They had tanks strapped to their backs and were busy spraying the animals with some kind of gas. Their masks made their voices hard to hear, so Dick had to listen closely. What he heard shocked him. Well, when we finish spraying the animals with this gas, the only thing they'll do at showtime tomorrow is sleep. Ha 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 ha! Yeah, after that trapeze accident and this stunt, the circus owner will give us anything we want. Ha 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 ha! The more the young acrobat heard, the angrier he became. These men were responsible for his parents' accident. They were criminals, and they had to be brought to justice. As fearlessly, Dick darted out of his tent, surprising the sinister gang. Before they could stop him, Dick kicked one of the criminals to the ground. His ears of training on the trapeze had made Dick strong and quick. And now he was foiling the gang's scheme. You rats! You can't go around hurting people and animals! He shouted at the gang, but the odds were against Dick. It was 4 against 1, and the young acrobat needed help. Suddenly, out of the darkness swooped the Batman! The crooks were gripped with fear as the dynamic defender of the night descended upon them. Dick could see the anger blazing in the Cape Crusader's eyes and was thankful for his mysterious appearance. It's time to stop you criminals once and for all! Batman! Let's get out of here! Wow! Batman! Am I glad you showed up? 4 against 1 are bad odds in anyone's book. But I think this will even things up a bit. Batman says he landed a knockout punch to the leader's jaw. Go get him, Batman! Shouted the courageous Dick Grayson. Without a pause, Batman whipped his battering narco-criminal, causing him to slam into one of his partners in crime. I finally got the goods on you, gentlemen. You'll all be going to jail where you belong, Batman said. Dick watched the Batman with a merchantment. The costume hero was as graceful as the Flying Graysons, but the Batman was not there to entertain him. He was fighting for justice. Dick noticed one member of the gang and sneaking up behind Batman with the grace of a gazelle. Dick jumped up somersaulting over Batman's shoulder right into the criminal's chest. Batman was amazed. He did not expect a young boy to be capable of performing such a feat. A few minutes later, the police arrived to arrest the 4 defeated criminals. Batman spoke to Dick, whose head was still spinning from all the excitement. Son, I've been tracking down that gang for a long time. There were wrecking circuses all over the country. When I heard about the trapeze accident last night, I knew this gang was responsible. I'm sorry I arrived too late to save your parents. But I wouldn't have it and been able to round them up these criminals at all without your help. The animals will rest all day tomorrow, but they'll be alright. What about you, Dick? What are your plans now? Despite his grief, Dick could hardly conceal the excitement in his voice. I wanted justice, Batman. Excuse me. And thanks to you, I got it. Excuse me. But now, I'm all alone in the world. My parents are gone. But seeing you in action makes me want to spend the rest of my life fighting crime. Please, Batman, can I help you? All right, son, Batman replied. You deserve the chance. After what you did tonight, I won't want you fighting crime and miss hard work. And you might not be cut off for it, but you'll have that to decide that for yourself. Let's go! So like, my parents are not gone and I'm not alone in the world. Excuse me. Within moments, the Batman and Dick Grayson were riding along the outskirts of Gotham in the turbo-powered Batmobile. As the cool night air swept by them, the Batman told Dick why he became a masked crime fighter. You know, Dick, Batman said, I was an orphan too. Not an orphan. I'm going here. Criminals were responsible for the death of my parents when I was just a boy. My parents are not dead. I swore then to devote all my life battling criminals wherever they may be. That's why I'm giving you this opportunity. I won't disappoint you, Batman, Dick answered. Later, the two arrived at the Batcave. The two arrived at the Batcave, Batman's secret headquarters. All around them were the prizes and trophies he had gathered from years of crime fighting. It's like a museum! Dick said, fascinated by the amazing collection. At this, Batman simply smiled and said, "We'll get the chance to look over everything in the Batcave a little later. Right now, and for the next few weeks." You'll be training physically and mentally for the life you've chosen. Let's get started! True to Batman's word, the next few weeks were painful and exhausting for the young Dick Grayson, but they were also wonderful. Excuse me. Dick and fall off his family. To do all the exercises Batman was teaching him, and he accomplished them well. The Batman and symbol and identity of wealthy playboy Bruce Wayne spent many hours training the young acrobat for the challenges Dick would face as a crime fighter. "Gee, Bruce, we've already run 5 miles. Can we take a rest? Just one more mile to go, Dick, and then we'll see how well you do on the parallel bars." As the weeks passed, Dick could feel his body getting stronger and stronger. Each day he discovered the muscles he never knew he had. Soon he could lift heavy sets of weights high over his head. And right before he struggled simply getting them a few inches off the floor. Well, Dick's body became stronger and faster. His brain became sharper. His eyes were able to follow the lightning fast movements of the punching bag. In every respect, he was ready to work with his teacher in the war against crime. Dick knew that the time had when, and at the end of the training session, Batman told him, "Now Gotham will get its first look at a new young crime fighter." That night, Dick sat reading a magazine in the library with Wayne Manor. The article he read was so interesting that Dick did not hear Bruce Wayne enter the cozy room. Bruce held a costume in his hands. "I think that you're arranged to wear this costume," Bruce said. "The only thing you'll need to decide is what name you will use in your crime-fighting career." Dick walked over to a shelf and pulled out a book about Robin Hood, a brave man who fought injustice long ago. "Ever since I was a little kid, Robin Hood has been my favorite hero," Dick said. "So I think I'll call myself Robin." "I think that's a good choice," Bruce said. "Now it's time to try on your costume." Moments later, Dick returned to the room. In the shadowy light, Dick hardly felt like a young boy anymore. Instead, he seemed tall, strong, and ready for action. After all these years of fighting crime by himself, the Batman had a partner. And with Robin the Boy Wonder by his side, Gotham City would be a safer place to live. Days later, Bruce and Dick were sitting in the library when Alfred the butler walked in. Alfred was the only person who knew that Bruce and Dick were also the Batman and Robin. "Excuse me, sirs," Alfred said. "The bat signal is shining in the sky. You must be wanted at police headquarters." In almost no time at all the Batman and Robin arrived at Gotham City Police Headquarters. Commissioner Gordon stood at the top waiting for them. What seems to be the problem? Batman said as he raced up the stairs. There's been a kidnapping, Batman, and if frankly, I don't know what to do about it, Commissioner Gordon answered. He looked worried. Come inside, I'll show you what information we have. Inside Commissioner Gordon's office is a slide machine projecting a picture of an odd-looking man onto a screen. This is Frederick Smythe, Gordon explained. He is a world-famous archaeologist, and he is the man who was kidnapped. Smythe, I've just made the greatest discovery of this. This is the last. Gordon said something, and it is also missing. Hidden inside the Spinx are 3 golden eggs. It's rumored that inside the eggs are pieces of a map. Inside the eggs are the pieces of a map that will lead to the owner to the greatest treasure ever imagined. Batman, you must find Smythe and the Spinx before the eggs are smashed open and this great archaeological treasure is destroyed. Have you got any clues? The Batman asked. Only this. It was received in the mail this morning. Batman read the clue. Can't be an egghead. You're an egghead to win at this game where questions mean prizes and prizes mean fame. He thought for a moment and said, "All right, Commissioner, we'll get on it right away. Robin, let's get back to the Batcave and feed this clue to the Batcomputer." As the tiny girl roamed through the Gotham City streets, the Batman was silent for a long time. Then he said to Robin, "I've got a hunch. This may be the toughest case we've ever faced." When the Cape Crusaders arrived at the Batcave, the Batman headed straight toward the gigantic Batcomputer. Batman watched with interest as the Dark Knight detective sat down the keyboard to type his questions into the talking computer. "I'm going to ask it which of our villains could be responsible for this crime. And the machine ought to be able to tell us the name of the villain we should track down." Batman explained to the boy wonder. In a few seconds, we'll have our answer. The Batcomputer clicked in words, lights blinked on and off. Suddenly, it spoke. "There are 4 possible suspects in this case," the computer said in a cold, mechanical voice. 4? 4? What? Robin said with surprise. "Quiet, Robin," Batman said sternly. "Computer, continue transmission." Suspect number 1, the Penguin, also known as Oswald Chesterfield Cobblepot. The Penguin uses umbrellas in his crimes. He is known for crimes involving birds. Since this case involves the theft of a Spinx containing 3 eggs, he may be the culprit. Suspect number 2, the Joker, also known as the Clown Prince of Crime. This insane villain steals things that are funny, humorous, or comic nature. Since it's a stolen item is called the Laughing Spinx, the Joker may be responsible for the crime. Suspect number 3, the Catwoman, alias Selena Kyle. Well, jewel thief, a cat burglar. Her crimes usually involve cats, both big and small. All since the laughing Spinx is half cat and half human. The the cat woman may be the guilty party. Suspect number 4, the Riddler, alias Edward Nigma. The Riddler's main characteristic is his uncontrollable need to outsmart the Batman by using perplexing clues. Since the clue received by Commissioner Gordon is in fact a riddle, the Riddler may be involved. However, this computer can offer no answer to the riddle itself. End transmission. The computer clicked off. 4 suspects? Wow! Oh, what do we do now, Batman? Robin asked. Track down for a suspect, of course, Batman replied. The Iceberg Ice Cube Factory in search of our fine fair fiend, the Penguin. The Iceberg Ice Cube Factory. It looks more like a fortress than an ice cube plant. Robin said as he pointed up into the dark building which stood on the outskirts of Gotham like a mysterious castle. I heard this place is the Penguin's hideout. The Batman said it is full of all types of booby traps to stop trespassers. We gotta be careful, Robin. The Penguin may be waiting for us. Always nice. What's inside the icy warehouse? The dynamic duo use their bat flashes is to find their way through the cool darkness. They search through every inch of the frigid fortress, but found no trace of the Penguin. Just as they're ready to give up, Robin spots something. Batman! Through this trap door! I see a light down there! Go work, Robin, Batman says. They both jumped through the hatch. Look! Robin shouts, they landed an umbrella! That means a Penguin must be around here somewhere. But before we go looking for him, let's investigate this clue, Batman said calmly. When they walked through the lit doorway, Batman and Robin found themselves in a huge freezer room. Behind the umbrella, left by the Penguin, stood a huge mountain of perilously stacked ice cubes. You. Careful, Robin. Careful. Oh, Robin. The Batman whispered. The slightest noise might send those ice cubes toppling down on us. Without saying a word, Robin pointed at the umbrella lying in front of the ice cube mountain. Batman knelt down and read the note pinned to it. I don't know you or what you do, but I'll find out when the game is through. Another riddle, Batman whispered, and it looks like the Penguin has flown the coop. We'd better track down our next suspect. At that very moment, the dynamic duo was told by the sudden appearance of none other than the Penguin. Excuse me. The foul fiend. He stood by the freezer door, cackling hysterically. Ha ha ha! Excuse me. Looking for the laughing Spinx, eh, Batman? But you've come to the wrong place. The only thing you'll find here is a rather icy reception. Eck, eck, eck. With surprising speed, the penguin turned to make his escape. Batman, he's got away! Stop it, Robin. Sorry, Dynamic Duds, but I'll have to give you the cold shoulder. Slam! Robin, the sound of that door slamming. It's sliding out to make the ice come. Wow! Batman's words were cut off by a rumbling sound as the ice cube began to crash up on all about the daring crime fighters. Batman! The penguin started an avalanche! We'll be buried alive! Robin shouted above the thunderous noise of the falling cubes of ice. If they were going to escape the penguin's frosty fix, Batman will have to think fast. Robin, this pipe, it's a freezing liquid, is our only hope. With astonishing speed, the decayed crusader, it kicked loose. It was loose one of the pipes lining the freezer wall. Wall, letting out a spray of ice-cold liquid nitrogen. Then, using his insulted gloves, he bent the pipe upward to face the falling cubes. The ice actually froze in midair as the liquid nitrogen stopped the deadly cubes in their tracks. We had to get in a hurry before put on ice permanently. Soon, Batman and Robin were protected from a freezing avalanche by an umbrella of ice. This gave a Batman the chance to get a small charge of a plastic explosive that he kept stored in one of the main compartments of his utility belt. Cover your face, Robin. This door is ready to blow. With a deafening roar, the explosive charge ripped the thick metal door off its hinges. When the smoke cleared, Batman and Robin stood among the wreckage, ready for action. Come on, Batman! We gotta catch the penguin! Wait, Robin. The penguin's long gone by now. He flew off thinking we were finished. Right now, we should head to the Gotham City Amusement Park. I've got a feeling the Joker's up to no good there. Park should be crowded tonight. We all need to eat our whirly bats to see what's going on. Flying high over the park, the dynamic duo noticed something unusual. Until Robin spotted a mob of people running in fear from the Tunnel of Love. Something's up! Robin shouted to Batman. People don't run out of the Tunnel of Love unless there's something terribly wrong inside. Let's go down and investigate. We better find out the cause of that panic, chum. When the whirly bats landed, the Kid Crusaders leaped on board one of the boats that floated through the Tunnel of Love. As the two crime fighters drifted into the ominous cabin, they could see only a dim light coming from the far inside. The boy Wonder shivered, but quickly overcame his fear as he rode with the Batman and down the peaceful stream that led to almost certain danger. Sorry, just need to get it going. Inside the tunnel, the masked detectives saw what had caused all the fun lovers to flee from the peaceful amusement park ride. He did panic. Along the walls of the tunnel, someone had placed lifelike statues of creatures horribly enough to frighten even the bravest adventurer. Frankenstein, Dracula, the Wolfman, and the Mummy were all leaning menacingly all over the small boat. As the Batman and Robin, it floated through the tunnel. It was a nightmare, but this couldn't be real. Robin fought. Then suddenly, one of the monsters moved. Batman! Those monsters! They're alive! Robin shouted his warning to the Batman as the monster began to jump into the boat. Each monster had a look of fate in his eyes, all of them wanting to destroy the dynamic duo. Batman, what's dogs? Not if we fight back. Maybe 6 against 2, but remember, they're only human. That takes care of 2 of them. Robin, we're doing just fine. Tackling this mummy. I mean, it's easy, but I'll have it tied up in a second. I hope you know how to swim, you reject from a horror show. Oh, save the joking game for later, Robin. This is serious business. This is no joke, Batman. That mummy short-circuited when he hit the water. These monsters aren't human. They're robots. Excuse me. Well, I know just the way to just know how to stop, and I think I know how to stop them. Just push them into the water. Push them in the water. Within moments, all that was left of the monsters were sputtering ripples in the calm water. The dark tunnel was lit brightly by the sparks of the beaten robots. This type of sick humor has to be the Joker's work, Batman said. From the corner of his eye, Robin spotted a thin figure heading toward the tunnel exit. I think you're right, Batman, Robin said, and there he goes! Oh, let's get him! Batman and Robin raced out of the tunnel, but it was already too late. By the time the 2 crime fighters got to the exit, the Joker was gone, but he left a clue. Robin spotted it first. Look! Floating in the water! It's a giant Joker playing card! I'll fish it out. Maybe it could give us a lead in this case. On the other side of the card was yet another mysterious riddle. Robin read it aloud to Batman. The man you seek is both here and there. For on this night, he'll be on the air. The King Crusader fought for a long moment, hearing the latest clue. He finally said. We're getting closer to the solution. I can feel it. But we still need more answers. Suddenly, Batman realized what he had to do next. Come on, Robin! Been to the Batmobile! We're going to the Gotham City Zoo to pay the Catwoman a little visit. City Zoo, all silent except for the footsteps of the dynamic duo as they ran towards the lion house when they arrived there. They found the outside cage empty. The lions were probably inside sleeping, Robin thought. But the door of the outside cage was open. Inside the cage was a lion tamer whipping and cheering up in a bullwhip. On the chair was a large sheet of paper with a riddle written in a now familiar handwriting. Batman and Robin walked inside the cage. And to inspect the clue, Robin read it aloud. To find the man who's causing you grief, turn on the tube that gets a relief. What does it mean, Batman? Robin asked. Just a moment, Robin. All the clues are starting to fit into place. Let me see. As the dynamic duo fought about their latest clue, they did not notice the Catwoman quietly slinking up behind them. Quickly, she grabbed the cage door and slammed it shut with a loud clang. The Batman and Robin were caught by surprise. This is perfect, the Catwoman gloated. The famous Batman and Robin been behind bars at last. Sorry. Batman pulled and tugged at the cage doors, but they would not budge. He and the boy Wonder were trapped. Sorry. I've got a little friend of mine waiting on the other side of those bars. I'll behind you, the Catwoman purred. I'm afraid he missed his supper last night, so you can imagine how much he's trying to meet. Or is that eat, you two? I do hope you all get to know each other very well. Ta-ta, but dynamic dumbos, the Catwoman said as she crouched back into the darkness. Slowly, the cage door behind the dynamic duo opened, and then out of the darkness, something gigantic ferocious lion! Eyes blade, fangs and claws exposed! The hungry king of the jungle was spraying at the stalled Batman. Never before had the Dark Knight detective faced such a savage opponent. The Batman was stunned, and although he tried to move out of the lion's path, the starving beast of the was too fast. In seconds, it was upon him, scratching and clawing at the Batman's costume. Robin, I'm pinned down. Can't move. Can't get to my utility belt. Hang on, Batman. I'll get the situation under control. Like an experienced trainer, Robin grabbed the whip and began cracking it behind the lion. Then he gently pushed the chair against the lion's back. Angered by this interruption, the lion turned to battle the brave boy Wonder, leaving the Batman behind. Excuse me. Freddy used his hands once again. Batman reached to his utility belt and tossed his sleeping gas capsule at the ferocious lion. Just as it was about to pounce up on the boy Wonder, immediately the big cat fell into a deep, peaceful sleep. Phew, that was close. Batman cautiously stepped over the... Robin cautiously stepped over for the sleeping beast to aid the Batman as he picked the lock on the other side of the now quiet cage. Thanks, Robin, Batman said. You saved my life. No problem, Batman, Robin answered, smiling. If you hadn't used that gas capsule when you did, I might have turned out to be deserved for our slumbering friend here. Once outside the cage, Batman returned to the task of fitting all the different clues together. The first clue mentioned a game where that awarded prizes and fame for the correct responses. The clue at the ice cream factory said that one player doesn't know the other's identity until the game is over. The Joker's clue said that the man we are looking for will be on the air tonight. That means television or radio. But the last clue mentioned tube, which means TV. So when you put all the clues together, they tell us that Frederick Smythe is going to be on a game show tonight. Robin snapped his fingers. He knew the solution! And the only TV game show where contestants try to figure out other people's occupations is, what's my job? Quick, Batman, to the television studio! As the Batmobile raced towards the Gotham City television station, Robin switched on the TV monitor built into the Fantastic Car's dashboard. What's my job? I was just beginning. The announcer was introducing to the show and its host. Robin listened closely to the voice. Live from Gotham City! It's time for What's My Job? The weekly game show that asks you the questions, what do you do for a living? And now, here's the host of our show. Batman! Robin shouted, hardly able to believe his eyes and ears. His ears and eyes. Edward Nygma's not the host of What's My Job? Edward Nygma is... Yes, I know, Robin. Batman answered calmly. Nygma is the Riddler. He's probably holding the entire staff of that TV station hostage, so he can pull off this crazy stunt. Keep on listening. We got to find out what his plan is. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Edward Nygma, your extra special host for this edition of What's My Job. Alright, my name's Edward. Right here. Tonight, we have a very special guest because hidden among our 4 contestants is Frederick Smythe, the missing world-famous archaeologist. Is he under the mask of Horus, the Egyptian hawk god, or Aces, the cat, or Anubis, the jackal, perhaps Ammon, the ram? Well, whichever it is, we'll find out, and when we do, Mr. Smart will watch us crack open the 3 golden eggs of his laughing Spinx to show our nationwide audience it's what treasures lay within. To help determine which of our statistics is really Mr. Smart, we have called upon the distinguished staff of McNulty's, these poor little hall or gymnasium, to assist on our investigation. Gentlemen, you may begin your questioning. It's time to play What's My Job? Hee hee hee. Robin stared open-mouthed at the small television screen. Excuse me. Batman! That guy's really nuts! He said. I'm not so sure, Robin, Batman answered. I've fought the Riddler before. He may be a little off the wall, but this kind of display seems more like the Joker style. There's more to this than meets the eye. The Batman paused for a moment, then added, "Turn the set off, Robin. I have a plan. If only we can get there in time." 20 minutes later, What's My Job was reaching its climax. "Well, contestants," Enigma cackled, "you managed to stump a panel of, experts. So what else can I say except, it's time to unmask!" At this cue, the three contestants lifted off their masks to reveal themselves as the Penguin, the Catwoman, and the Joker! Frederick Smythe, one of the fourth contestant, was tied up and gagged. So one of the panelists got up and pulled off his mask. The audience was stunned by the sudden appearance of the villains. "And now," Enigma continued, "since everyone has revealed himself, I guess our television audience won't be too upset if their favorite game show host turned out to be none other than the Riddler!" Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the highlight of our show. Let's crack open the eggs of the Laughing Spinx! The studio audience was horrified, shocked. They sat glued to their seats, but each viewer hoped someone or something would put an end to the villain's evil plan. Meanwhile, the villains gloated as they prepared to smash the eggs. "I must admit it, Joker, old buddy, your suggestion that we team up was superb." "Yes, Joker, but why did we have to go through all this television stuff? What difference? Oh, what difference? What does that make to you? I enjoy a little media coverage even every now and then." As if to answer the audience's silent prayers, the dynamic duo suddenly swept into view. Now the four newly teamed villains were shocked and could only stare up in disbelief as the King Crusaders were thwarting their evil scheme. "I thought I got rid of them," said the Joker. "And I thought you did," answered the Penguin. "I thought I finished them off," said the Catwoman. "What does it matter?" groaned the Riddler. "We're all done for." The audience shouted with glee as Robin smoothly swept by the four arguing villains, picking up the Spinx and its eggs as he passed. "Sorry, I gotta run, fellas," he shouted at the flabbergasted villains. "But I gotta take my Spinx for a walk." Meanwhile, near the ceiling of the television studio, Batman was planning the final downfall of the evil team. Suddenly, I checked it. 6 late, and after the Boy Wonder made his television debut, Batman cut out loose of the final cable holding up the huge "What's My Job" sign. What a tremendous fun! The sun crashed around the building's crew! The audience went wild! No! Get away from me! Clever first! Knock it block off! Soon the entire audience was chanting, "Batman! Batman!" As Batman swung down to the stage on his bat rope, the audience rose to give him a standing ovation! Then Robin returned to toss a final battering around the four beaten evildoers. Batman smiled and waved at the cheering crowd. He was not used to being a television star, but he accepted the audience's cheers and applause as graciously. Is everything okay? He whispered to Robin. "Everything's fine, Batman," Robin answered, grinning. "I untied Smythe, and he led me to the rest of the crew. They were locked up backstage. The Spinx is in safe hands once again." Ah! This is the last time I listened to your crazy team-up ideas, Joker! That goes double for me. After the show was over, Commissioner Gordon arrived with, with the police to take away the four criminals. Gordon was anxious to congratulate the Cake Crusaders. "I've got to the television studio as soon as I could, but it looks like you fellows beat me to the punch." "You might say that," Robin smiled. "Well," Gordon answered, "it was a great show that made you. I saw it all on TV along with millions of our viewers. Gotham City will sleep safely tonight because of you two." "Whoa!" Robin said. "What a job!" "It's all in a night's work," Batman said. "You know, we did 3 things tonight, Robin. We rescued Frederick Smythe, and we saved the Laughing Spinx from the clutches of our 4 of our deadliest foes." "What's the 3rd thing?" Robin asked. "Well," Batman answered, a grin appearing on his face, "we probably made What's My Job the most popular game show in television history." "Oh, brother," Robin groaned. "Let's go home, Batman." "Robin, you just read my mind," Batman said. That's the end of the story. Anyways, thanks for watching.